Hello everyone, welcome back to Sawdust and Circuits. Today's project is something a little different, a little nostalgic, and honestly a little hypnotic. Today we're building a kaleidoscope, and naturally it's going to be 3D printed. Now this idea actually started the way a lot of projects around here do. I was watching videos I had absolutely no business watching, and I came across this incredibly skilled Japanese tradesman making kaleidoscopes out of stained glass. And not just assembling them, I mean cutting, grinding, polishing. The whole thing looked like a cross between art and wizardry. And I thought, man, that looks amazing. And then I immediately thought, glasswork is definitely one of those crafts I deeply respect from a safe distance. But it did spark the question, could we capture that same magic using tools I actually understand? Which brings us to 3D printing, my comfort zone, and occasionally my excuse for making way too many prototypes. So if you're going to make a kaleidoscope, the entire illusion really comes down to mirrors. That's the secret sauce. Traditionally, these use 3 mirrors arranged in a triangular tube, which reflects the patterns infinitely. It's actually pretty brilliant and a bit of simple physics. 3 flat mirrors, infinite geometry. No batteries required, just light and angles. For this build, I'm using plastic mirror sheets. They're easier to cut, lighter, safer, and honestly way more forgiving if your measurements are slightly optimistic. Now the design calls for a tapered 3-sided tube, which sounds simple until you realize that 3 tiny angle mistakes mean nothing lines up, and suddenly you're building a modern abstract disappointment instead of a kaleidoscope. So before committing to cutting anything, I made a little template to dial in the dimensions. This saves material and also saves me from explaining to my scrap bin why it suddenly has 20 failed mirror sets in it. To cut the mirrors, I'm just using scissors. I thought I might need my ultrasonic cutter, mostly because I own it, and that makes me feel like I should justify the purchase. But realistically, an X-Acto knife or scissors work perfectly, as long as you go slow and you respect your fingers. Next we need the chaos generator, the part that makes the visuals happen. That means building a bead chamber. This is just a small enclosure made from a round 2.5-inch acrylic disc. The idea is simple. You trap the colorful beads, shapes, or translucent bits inside, and as you rotate the kaleidoscope, they rearrange and create new patterns. And this part is where creativity really shows up. You can use glass beads, plastic shapes, crushed acrylic, tiny gears, glitter, basically anything that passes light. I kept this version fairly simple, but I might experiment later with a layered chamber or even a magnetic piece that moves differently. That might be a fun rabbit hole. Now everything needs a home, so I designed a 3D printed enclosure that holds the mirror assembly, locks into the bead chamber, and keeps everything aligned. This part took a few revisions, mostly because kaleidoscopes are one of those things where tolerances matter just enough to annoy you. Too tight and the mirrors warp, too loose and light leaks in and ruins the illusion. And light control is huge here. You want light entering from the bead chamber and not sneaking in from the sides. Once everything was printed, cut, and fitted together, it was time for the first test. And I'm not going to lie, this is one of those builds where the first time you look through it, you kinda forget that you made it for a second. There's something oddly relaxing about watching the patterns shift and reform. It's mechanical, optical, artistic, and somehow calming all at the same time. It really makes you think how these devices must have felt back before electronics existed. Imagine seeing infinite geometric patterns appear just by turning the tube. That probably felt like you had captured lightning inside of a paper towel tube. Now you might be asking, do kaleidoscopes still serve a purpose in a world where we have screens that can generate any pattern imaginable? And honestly, maybe not in the practical sense. But projects like this remind me that making things is fun. You take simple materials, mirrors, beads, plastic, and suddenly you have something that feels almost magical. And let's be honest, with certain nature-inspired hobbies becoming more popular again, this might be very much appreciated as a viewing accessory. I'm not making any claims, but I'm also not saying it wouldn't enhance a nature walk either. I think projects like this sit right at the intersection of art and engineering. They don't solve a problem, they just create wonder. And sometimes that's enough reason to build something. Plus, it's a fantastic beginner project if you're learning 3D design, because it teaches you alignment, light control, and assembly planning, all in one fairly forgiving build. If you've enjoyed this build, please consider liking the video and subscribing. It really helps the channel grow, and it helps me keep experimenting with weird, fun projects like this one. And I'm curious, what would you put inside your kaleidoscope chamber? Beads, tiny mechanical parts, LEDs? Let me know down in the comments. I read every one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.